coming up.
Is there for a real countdown?
Hi, everybody. Woo! Here we are. We're here at Indian Bread Rocks, and we wanted to come on live with you guys and answer some of your questions. We did listen to you guys, and we have a list of questions that we took from the post we put asking for your questions, so we're going to address those. I'm here with Carrie.
Hello, everybody.
Also over here, we have Carl. You can't see him on the camera. Hold on, I'll put him on the camera.
Mike Guyver is doing his
Go in front of the
gadgety
secondary
thing.
camera here, Carl, and say hi.
Hey, everybody.
Carl Stout with Time Bandit RV Travels, who came out here with us today and agreed to run our EnviroCam. Let's go to the EnviroCam real quick. Show everybody what's going on.
We got my cat and your cat to go to combat.
It looks like it's about to go to combat. So Mamacita, and what's your cat's name?
Cheddar.
Cheddar. Mamacita and Cheddar are about to face off in a battle royale. So anyway, we came on here. We wanted to address your questions. We've been in the bus for 2 months, and it's been awesome. It has been awesome. No matter what we say, above all, we were actually really enjoying ourselves. So
Absolutely. What's not to enjoy?
it is. It's like
It's
here
a
we
little
are.
bit different, obviously.
Let's
but
go to the EnviroCam. Show them where we're at, Carl.
Okay, ready?
Oh yeah, this is the famous Indian Bread Rocks.
It is. It's wonderful here where it's sunset. It's just been like this awesome thing. So we want to just, God, if we could say one thing about bus life is that it's an amazing experience. And I think Carl here would totally agree with us. It's more work, but it's a wonderful thing that we're dealing with.
Yeah, there's
here.
a few differences, like cutting firewood. That is not something we did in our house before coming here, but we do it now.
Of course, I Mike Guyvered that to crazy with like flying the
drone.
Flying the drone to go find firewood. Come on.
Who does that?
Who does that? I do that. So
It works.
it has. It's super cool, and we're really enjoying the time out here. But it's going to get cold in a little while. We are sitting up on the big Lido deck, the Margarita deck, or platform 9 3/4. It has a lot of names. And so
and it lives up to all of them.
it is that awesome. The deck really did live up to everything. It is so wonderful to be up here. So let me show you what we're doing right here. This is the setup here. I super geeked it out, and there's like it's going to take me 45 minutes to put this away. So you better like it.
Here we go again. Okay, do you want to start with some questions?
So let's jump into the questions here, and tell them who actually asked the question.
Yeah, this one, the first one we have is from Buses, Bikes, and Beer. And the question is, how safe does Carrie feel while Mike is at work overnight, and what measures do you take to keep safe? Well, the number one measure we take to keep safe is that we have an awesome security system with cameras all around
360.
the bus.
You can't even approach this bus without us knowing.
Yeah, so
That's to start with.
he would probably know it even before I did if someone...
I get alerts on my phone if I'm at work. I'll know if you're here, and we take and I feel, and Carl pointed this out to us earlier. I'm not going to give away our what'd you say?
Give away your position.
I'm not going to tell you our position. I'm not.
We do have some safety measures.
We have some safety measures if you try to get in the bus.
Yeah. Okay, but for my part of the question, how safe does Carrie feel while Mike is at work overnight? Like, I never even thought of that until somebody asked this question. I was all, I guess I never even thought about being, like, concerned on any level. I don't know. I'm completely comfortable out here. And maybe that's just me because I kind of grew up camping and roughing it all the time. And when we camped, we really went like hardcore camping. So this is glamping to me. So it just never occurred to me to even be concerned about my safety. I feel completely safe out here.
And Carrie has a black belt in Taekwondo.
Shh, don't tell everyone my secrets.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to let that out for everybody. But Like she's dangerous.
Okay, the next question from Seeking Serenity was, how do you feel the build and living in the bus has changed you? Are you more adventurous, more calm, more inventive, less hassled? I would say I feel like I'm more patient and more tolerant, just because of what we were saying a minute ago. Like, there's chopping firewood, there's things that you have to do now that we didn't have to do before, but they don't really feel like a hassle. They just feel like, oh, this is part of our life now. It seems like part of the adventure. What do you think?
You know, read the question one more time for me.
How do you feel living in the bus has changed you and the build?
Okay, wow, that's a good question, because for me, actually, it's increased my anxiety a little bit in some ways, because it's our home, and I worry about our home, and all of the systems on the bus and driving the bus is still new to me, and I just don't want anything bad to happen to us. So there is an increased anxiety.
Isn't that nice? He does all the worrying for me.
The other side of it, though, is especially when I go on my 4-day, when I come here and I'm getting off work and I'm going to be off for 4 days, which is really nice. That's kind of a built-in thing. I work 10 days a month, and the alternating schedule gives me 4 days off twice a month, which is really nice. And when I go on my 4-day, it's awesome. I wake up in the morning after, like, I get home from work in the morning, because I work 24-hour shifts. And I get home from the work in the morning, and I come back to the bus, and it's awesome. But the next morning, that's when it's awesome for me mostly, is because I don't have to get up early. I don't have to go to anywhere. I get up and I stoke the fire, because we're in the winter, and I make a fire, and I make a cup of coffee. I make a cup of coffee for Carrie. And I sit back and I really soak in all the benefits of living in a bus in the middle of nowhere, or at a trailhead, or whatever it is. And we start talking about the things we're going to do that day. And it's amazing.
Yeah, and then we totally forget to bring the camera on whatever we were going to do. Like, you guys, we have been terrible YouTubers lately.
Yeah.
Is something on me?
There was like an ash or something.
Oh, great.
So,
thanks, at least we caught it now.
So yeah, so like we just there is this freedom that comes with this. I'm not trying to idealize this, but you can't help it. It is. It's like living that way. There is an idealization of living this way that is true. It's not idealizing. It's true. There's a good part to this. There are hard parts to this, the things that go wrong that we're going to address in some of the questions that are here. But it's awesome.
Yeah, in the long run. Okay, Keith and Patty's show. How does Carrie really feel about the beard?
Let's talk about the beard armor for a second, shall we?
I'm okay with the beard.
Hold on, I have to pose.
It's a new addition to the family.
Let me pose.
Pretty much, but.
She doesn't like kissing me, let's be real.
I never did anyway.
Oh, you hurt my heart.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
My honey.
Let me just say this, though. There have been so many comments about the beard, and thank you guys for the things you've said. You guys have been so positive about the beard. I like the beard. I do. I like it. Like, for me, like I've never had a beard before. I couldn't get past that awkward stage where it itches and was horrible. I couldn't do it. I'd freak out. But I kind of like it now. It's kind of like that guy you see on Facebook, the memes where the guy's standing there and he's got a fancy beard and fancy hair but can't change his tire on his car. But I can change I can change a tire. I'm that guy.
You have it all.
I'm every guy you guys ever wished for on Facebook in a meme. Right now.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Our next question. I'm just moving right along.
Yeah, she doesn't. I don't think she quite agrees with that.
From Patty Bussetti. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce some of these names. Sorry.
I know, right?
What is your dream destination? And we both looked at each other and were like, oh, we don't really have... And
We don't actually think about this
except
stuff.
I was like, oh my gosh, no, you do have a dream destination, because he talks all the time about wanting to take a picture of the bus with bison or buffalo, and he wants to do it at Yellowstone.
I
So-
love the idea of going to Yellowstone. I don't know why. Like, I've thought about it for years in both the bus and before that in the Campulance.
Yeah.
Like, going to that was going to be like an amazing thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think about the same thing all the time. I mean, not the same thing as him, but the same thing that I always think about is just getting as close to tropical as possible. Like,
We just pop in
Mexico
Henry Ross.
is cool. I'm good with San Carlos or something.
It's Henry Ross's birthday today. 32 years old. Henry Ross, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Now, we're not looking at comments right now, so you guys I'm sorry we're not looking at that, but we promised we were going to address the question that came in on the post, and we're going to do that. We are going to have questions and answers, so chill out for 2 seconds while we finish these questions, and then we will do a live Q&A though.
Okay, Heather Ann asked a pretty complicated question. She asked about our water and black tank dumping and propane and batteries, and how often are we dumping and filling and changing and all that kind of stuff. And some of it, I mean, it's only been 2 months, so some of it we don't really even know yet. Like the propane, we're just now barely starting to get low on our propane. So
Having 2 tanks, so if you guys don't know, we have 2 tanks.
2 propane tanks?
2 propane tanks, and they're the 20. What are they? 20 gallon? No, 20 pound tanks.
Yeah.
They measure it in pounds, but they're like 5 gallons or something like that. They're your barbecue. But we have 2 of them. We have an automatic transfer valve between the 2, and that gives us the ability to. It automatically does it. So if one runs out, the other one automatically kicks on, and they're both stuffed gas in them. Only the other morning, actually, Carrie. She called me and said, Mike, I don't have any propane on the stove. And I'm like, that's weird. Like, we shouldn't have run out like that. And we got some automatic emergency shutoff valves that automatically shut off if we have a dramatic leak or an emergency, like a high pressure leak. And she went out and reset them. And she had gas again, and everything was fine. So we can't answer that question honestly because we don't know.
Yeah, we're just.
But
as far as filling up with water and dumping, we move every 14 days, so we just fill up and dump whenever we move every 14 days on
But I have to say, to be transparent about this, because we've always have been transparent, and I have brought water out a couple of times. We have a 30-gallon bladder in the back of the Jeep, and you may have seen it in some of our videos. But we can bring 30 gallons of water out to restock the water. So we have a 100-gallon tank, so it's like a third of our tank we'll bring out. We've done that a couple of times in doing this, but we haven't really noted it. She'll just contact me at work. Hey, can you bring some water home? And then I bring water home. So we really haven't had a big, oh my God, we need water. We have to break camp. Because that was the whole idea when we did this is we need to make sure we can fill our propane. So we had 2 tanks, and we had the water bladder so we could bring water.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't even have to be super cautious about how much water we're using. I mean, we are just because of the way we're living, but I mean, everything has just
Let me just say
easily.
In that Carrie, for some reason, will, instead of using the hot water heater, she will boil water to do dishes. She is so conscientious about this. We have a water heater. You could get hot water out of the freaking thing.
Let me just explain. You know what?
I built it this way.
It takes half a gallon. You have to run the water for half a gallon of water before it's hot. And then it doesn't stay hot once you turn it off.
Stop taking her side, Carl.
Once you
I see you over. I'm going to punch you right in the face.
Once you turn it off and then turn it back on again, you have to go through the whole half a gallon again. And then if you turn it off and you turn it back on again, expecting the hot water to just still be there for you, it's not. You have to go through the whole half a gallon again. It wastes too much water. I can boil a little bit of water in the teapot and do all my dishes and have them be as clean as I want them to be.
Well,
so that was a weird thing to bring up, and we need to move on.
Al Gore thanks you.
From one of our favorite commenters, Kilted Bill asks.
Oh, we have to address this before he asks the question. Kilted Bill, were you Billy Blitzberg? And there was another name before he became Kilted Bill? We have to know. Answer in the comments.
Mike wants to know.
I gotta know.
Okay, so he asks, what is the refrigerator situation, and is Mike going to be taking leave from work? And right now, he's not taking leave from work. That's why we're staying in southeastern Arizona and just kind of hopscotching around here, staying nearby where he works.
Let me just address this. I have children that are not from Carrie. I know, it's the modern times. However, I have child support. And we just can't afford to go on the road unless somebody wants to donate us. If the big donators are listening right now and you want to do a, what's that called? Super chat right now for $10 million, then we will go on the road full time for you. Until that time, I have to be a responsible adult and pay my child support. And so we have to kind of just stay here. Kilted Bill just commented, no, I am just Kilted Bill. Glad to hear that, Kilted Bill. You're part of a triplet, and your brothers make very, what's the word we were looking for?
Similar, what? I don't know.
No, lewd comments on Facebook, but you all have Bill in your name and write in all caps, Kilted Bill. To just let you know, you need to talk to your family and tell them to chill out on Facebook.
All the other bills.
Because they are a little lewd.
Okay, so for the refrigerator situation, can you sum it up quickly? Like, don't go into detail. Just say, this is going to be covered in a future video.
In a future video. Okay,
Yeah.
Our refrigerator has been a jerk.
Yeah, Norcold is really like no cold.
Lives up to all its comments.
Never cold.
Never cold. And let me just tell you, their electronics are lame. So to sum things up, I'm going to MacGyver our refrigerator very soon. I've got all the parts and pieces to do this, and we're going to take this to a MacGyver level, and we're going to post it. And if it works really well, I will actually post the code and everything that goes along with it. So
and there's a plan
stay
B.
tuned.
If it doesn't work, then we're just going to buy an apartment fridge. And
Are you listening, Norcold? Are you listening? We're going to get rid of your stupid refrigerator and buy an apartment fridge.
Okay, next question from Cruising Creation. Has anyone, and this is a very serious question, has anyone ever mistaken Mike for Sean Connery?
Oh.
No, but someone else has asked
but
him.
there have been multiple comments on both Instagram and YouTube about this.
And how does Mike keep up his manly appearance?
Wow, that's let me tell you, there's a lot that goes into this that
Beard
are
oil.
more that we could possibly cover in a live video. So stay tuned.
Okay, so Andy Bell Miller.
Thank you. All of you guys have commented both on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube about the beard. Thank you, because it was hell getting here. I had to go to. It was hard for me to grow this thing this long. It drove me a little bit crazy.
Okay, Andy Bell Miller wants to know if we plan on living in Bussy forever or if we plan to build out another bus.
I plan on living it forever, and I'm going to get rid of Carrie because she doesn't want to.
What?
And I'm going to have to.
Oh, because I don't want to grow old. I don't want to be like 102 and still living in the bus.
Of course we're going to be 102 in the
steps are
bus.
too high.
Obviously. Actually, we have some cool things planned. Oh, we got this. So we have some cool things planned for the future. We've talked about a few things, and we have some money to do some things with. We're not sure what we're going to do yet. We don't want to drop that bomb here on a live broadcast because we talk about this. So we don't know yet, but we have some plans for things we actually want to do, but we're not ready to divulge all that yet. So just keep with us here.
Okay, Old Lady Too Fast wants to know, how long has Mama Kitty been in our life and how has she adjusted to travel? We've had her for 8 years, so she's kind of like an old dog at this point.
She is. and hard with change?
She actually is doing really well. She loves it once we get to a location. She loves it during the day when we let her outside and she gets to go on little kitty adventures and go around exploring. Of course, we keep her in at night. But the only part she doesn't like is the actual driving part. And all she does, as soon as the bus engine comes on, actually even the buzzer when you turn the key on, she just runs and hides under the couch. And she doesn't come out until we've stopped for good. And she knows that we might be stopping and starting several times. So she waits until we actually get to our destination before she comes out from under the couch.
Oh, we got some new visitors. You guys are on YouTube right now.
Oh, awesome.
Funny. So, okay. I think that's pretty much it.
She freaks out though when the bus starts up, like she's under the couch or hiding somewhere. Is that the last one?
The other ones are some that we have answered before in past posts. We've told our story about how Mike and I met. We met in Tombstone, Arizona 10 years ago, so we've only been together 10 years. But that whole story
Actually, I want to
is
address
on
this
our
one here.
last live stream.
Hell Larson, because you have been such a follower and such a commenter for so long. You talked about having a stepladder inside the bus so we don't have to unlock the door. So honestly, we have a permanent ladder on the outside of the bus. And we had argued, we actually had some heated arguments about this question about a stepladder on the inside. And I was going to put some kind of access from the inside to the upside of the bus. But here's the thing, like when we get on the bus, on top of the bus, people could just climb up there if they wanted to. And the door locks automatically when it closes. And so really it would be extremely redundant to do that. And the people we've met we just aren't afraid of the people we meet out here. Everybody we've met out here, not to say there aren't bad people in the world. And certainly somebody could do us harm if they really wanted to. But for the most part, when you go camping, you open yourself up to these people regardless of how you camp. We just happen to have a very unique camping experience. But really, honestly, like we just don't have that fear.
Yeah.
We climb up on the deck and we come up here and we enjoy and we could see danger coming from a mile away. So that's where we're at. So Hell Larson, honestly, you have been such a great poster. Kevin K, if you're watching, let me just say, Kevin K, you're awesome. And you have been one of our longest, greatest fans. The guy sends us stuff from England all the time. We've got some nice tea. He sent us a cool clock. Thank you.
And comments on
everything
video.
And tells us how much he loves us. Thank you, Kevin K. Chance, we got your package. Thank you. We're gonna put it in our video for a live opening.
We haven't opened it yet.
We haven't opened it. Somebody at work did, but they didn't steal anything. At least tell us if they did, those bastards. So I just want to cover those bases. We want to open it up some live Q&A because I know you guys have questions and not all of you probably saw the post. If you didn't see the post, it's because you didn't click the little bell on. You didn't click the bell. And so you're obviously not getting notified of our stuff. And you need to click the bell right now. So just take a second and go click the little bell. It's right down there by the subscribe thing. So you're notified when our videos come out.
Well, some people have clicked the bell before in the past and used to get notifications, and then their notifications stopped coming
My
in.
dad.
We don't really know why or what's happening.
My dad.
I don't know how to fix it other than to maybe unsubscribe and resubscribe.
Don't tell him that.
And click the bell
Don't
again
listen to her. She's crazy.
restart
Just
it.
go check your bell right now and make sure you're getting that. She's on drugs. Strong psych
Okay,
medications.
don't unsubscribe. Just check the bell. My goodness. Okay, we're get some of our new questions. People have been waiting.
Okay, so now's the time. If you have a live question, we're taking it out. If you posted something earlier, we probably didn't see it. Okay, going in. Kevin K says you two are looking good. Take care. Kevin K, we already talked about you. Settle down. I'm just kidding. Kevin, we love you, man. You're awesome.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything. You're awesome. Scott Falls, love watching your experiences, fun in building. Thanks, Scott. You are also a big poster. I actually follow you on Facebook and love the stuff you post. I really love the stuff you post. Okay. Gary Tucker, I love you guys too. Gary, we love you, buddy. Henry Ross, favorite movies?
The Princess Bride.
Duh. If you have not caught on to that, what's wrong with you, Henry? You should know that by now. Why would you have to ask that question?
My most
Live on Facebook on
most
Instagram.
often quoted movie of all time.
Damn it, Henry. Henry Ross, he's live from Utah. He wants us to come to Utah. We will come up there, Henry, I promise.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. We have to do some hiking.
Okay,
in
Paul
Utah.
Kling has asked this question more than once on this feed. He wants to know about the urine diverter for our toilet. Let me tell you, Henry.
What do you want to know
Paul,
about it?
He wants to know how we like it.
Oh.
Field that. How do you like the part that goes to
Field
our black
that?
tank?
I want to say I'm not sure that the urine diverter does a 100% job of diverting the urine.
No.
What?
Okay, so let me take that over here.
So
we had a little problem with our toilet, and we're mixing it, and it sounds wet in there. And we're like, oh my God,
what in the world has happened? Because we've been using this composting toilet for 2 months now, and that has never happened before.
It sounded squishy.
Why is it happening now all of a sudden?
So
We don't know.
Let's just talk for 2 seconds about how what squishy sounds like
when you turn the crank.
Okay, you just know that's gross. Like, it is gross when you hear that. You're like, something's wrong with our toilet.
Carl's over there plugging his ears.
Yeah, Carl's like, TMI. So we opened, I bravely, Carrie was nowhere to be found when I took the top off our toilet, and it was everything as gross as it sounded. It was terrible.
Oh.
However, what I will say is that the dry stuff had caked up around the, where you crank. And it wasn't being included in the cranking. So I added some more peat moss to this, and I think it's pulling stuff off the side now. It's pretty full after 2 weeks. It's gross. We're having a 2-week thing, but it's not squishy anymore. So to let you know, to be transparent, it was pretty gross. Okay.
It's time for us to dump our
But
compost.
we need to, it's like for now,
anyway.
to be honest with you, 2 weeks is what we're getting out of our compost.
Yeah. Only
You
2
got
weeks.
you heroes out there who are trying to stretch that stuff out to a month.
We don't know how you're making it.
You
Either
guys,
that or you just didn't write it down on your calendar.
You guys are
and you don't really know
composting
how
toilet
long it took.
superheroes, and should get an award for both Airhead and what's the other one?
Nature's Head.
Nature's Head. You guys deserve an award. Both,
thing,
all of you, all three of you. Okay, let's see. Scott Falls says I should have another drink. Thanks, buddy.
No,
you might be
more
right.
for him.
Annabelle Miller,
He
what
is cut off.
if you put a tiny camera on Mama Kitty to capture her adventures? We've actually talked
we need
about
a kitty
that.
cam for sure.
We've actually talked
We
about the
totally
kitty cam.
want
I don't
that.
know about putting the GoPro, but maybe with the mini GoPros. Mama! Oh, we missed her. Dang it.
Cheddar's down there somewhere. Anyway.
Okay, D. Smith, I'm so proud of you guys. D, we love you. And I've known you for so long, and you're an awesome person, and you're my friend. D. Hanson Smith, I know you. I love the stuff you post on Facebook. I'm not going to lie. It's hilarious. Amelia, I've known you even longer, but I missed your comment. Hold on. Got to scroll up. Can I scroll up just a little bit? Amelia. Oh, what? Oh, no.
Oh,
What
my
have I
goodness.
done?
Mike just made our whole screen go away.
Hold on.
There it is. It's back.
Everybody stop commenting for 2 seconds.
Oh, you got it.
Amelia. Hi, Mike. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you. Hi, Amelia. I've known Amelia for over 20 years. I love you guys and your children, all of you. Thank you. Okay, moving back on. Let's see. Some of you guys have already asked a question. Settle down. James Krenning, you guys are sweet. James, you're sweet too, buddy. And I recognize you too. Dave Reddy says we need to cut back on the fiber. I think he's commenting about our composting toilet. Why don't you shut up, Dave?
I'm telling you, I don't
Don't
know.
judge.
I don't know how other people are saying they're going a month. Just doesn't happen that way for us.
Larry's worried about us going down the ladder. Larry, we haven't had that much to drink, though. This is some delicious Woodford whiskey rye. It's very good. Okay. You know what? It has been awesome having you guys on the show today. And it's so much fun doing these live broadcasts. You guys are truly, we read every comment on every video. And but it's getting kind of cold up here. I know Carrie's probably freezing to death. She's anaphylactically allergic to the cold. Oh, wait, someone's coming.
What time is it?
Someone's coming. That looks very fancy. What time is it?
Yeah.
It's 4:30.
Oh, okay, good.
We started at 4. We've been on a half an hour.
Yeah, we did good.
We've got some time.
So if there's any more questions.
Michael Mussman just bought my bus. Any newbie advice?
Oh.
Give him some advice, baby. You start, I'll finish.
I don't know if you're just building it for yourself or if you have a spouse or significant other. Because I'm going to go back to the thing I always go back to and say, build a bed that you can climb in like from the feet up and not have to climb over each other. That's my biggest advice, I think. And if we were to build this bus over again, I think the other thing I would do is make more of our windows pocket windows like in our bedroom, because those are the coolest and we don't ever have to take down or put up reflectix on those windows.
Yeah, Carrie actually wanted to she had a really good idea. The windows are probably your weak link in your warmth in the bus. So if you have a lot of windows, unless you change all the windows out to like double pane glass or something like that, they have been the weak link. And we put up a reflectix every night, like she was saying. And
in the rest of the bus, in the whole living room, kitchen part of the bus, I'm putting up the reflectix every night, taking it back down again every morning, which isn't that big of a deal. I thought I was going to hate it and be really irritated by it, and it doesn't even bother me at all.
So we're getting down in the
part
high
of my
30s, low 30s, high 20s at night right now, and it's very cold for us. But if you're living anything lower than that, then you're going to really want to pay attention to the amount of windows you have, or do something about the windows so you can insulate. It's very cold. And so just for you guys who are still here, let me just, dang it, we're having some experiences with video right now. So at night, we put up the reflectix. In the morning when I get up, I'm usually up before Carrie. It's cold. And I turn on the heater in the morning. I turn on the diesel heater in the morning to warm up the front of the bus. If it's very, very cold in there, I'll start a fire for Carrie so that she can so she can get out of bed when it's warm.
Yeah, and it's
cold.
It's still cold right when I first get out of bed because I'm still in the bedroom.
Even when I'm going to work.
As soon as I walk into the kitchen, it's like, it's so warm out here.
Yeah, when you make a fire, like
it changes everything.
Your little stove where you're cooking your water and stuff in the morning or heating up water will make a dramatic difference very quickly.
That was another question somebody asked. They asked if they were building a van, what would we suggest or what would we recommend between a diesel heater and a wood-burning stove. And for that small of a space, we would definitely just go with diesel heater because it's so inexpensive and so easy to install and so quick to heat up the space and so much less messy than a wood-burning stove. But if you have the space, if you're building a bus and you have the space and you love the idea of that ambiance created by having a fireplace, go with a wood-burning stove.
Honestly, I'll tell you, my
awesome.
personal experience right now, like right now we run the diesel heater in the morning, but then like when it's a cold day, our primary heat at night and everything else is that wood-burning stove.
Yeah.
We run the wood-burning stove a lot.
Yeah.
That's our primary heat, but we
and
have the options.
He chops wood like a hero
like
all the
that's
time.
like part of my exercise routine is to go out here and cut wood with our DeWalt chainsaw,
And
which has
then-
been awesome.
And then he chops it with an axe.
And
to
then I come
split
back
it.
here like super manly man with my beard. And I cut wood like a woodsman. So I'm retaining the man card with the beard. Like Carl over here. He's a badass. 75th Rangers.
Sir.
Who? So any of you prior military watching, we got a certified hero up on the bus. So anyway, what else? What do we got? Let's see. K Primo, do you ever let the gray water run free? No. Well, okay. I'll be perfectly honest. We have done a little bit of like side dumping just to get us through for a day. No, because our sink water and our urine is in there, so we try not to. That's not good. So I'm just being transparent. Like we try to hold out to the last minute and do it appropriately because it's illegal. So you can't just like dump your gray water everywhere.
Yeah.
If you have a sink going to your gray water, you can't dump it. Okay. So to appropriately address that question, that's a good question. So to quantify what I said, our sink, our shower and our washing machine clothes can go directly to ground. So we can dump that to ground.
Just those specifically, not the
we
sink
cannot
water.
dump our sink and our regular gray water tank because our urine is diverted to our gray water tank. So that makes it a black water tank.
Yeah, technically.
And your sink, if you have a sink that's going into gray water, you can't dump that. That's
against the law.
It's against the law. You can't dump those in all 50 states.
Is, and you can check the laws about what gray water you can dump. Like in our state, in Arizona, it's not only legal, but smiled upon to use your washing machine water and shower water to irrigate and water trees with.
Exactly.
So
yeah. So
know
to quantify
your
what I
state laws.
said, we're not just dumping our piss on the ground. That's not what's happening.
to put it crudely.
Yeah, put it crudely. Okay. Kevin Eichenauer. I hope I said that right. We really feel like we got to hang out with you guys tonight. All that was missing was a bonfire and cigars. You're damn right. I didn't have any cigars.
Bonfire
Keep
for
on
sure,
doing what
man.
you do. We're trying to live our best life, Kevin. Thank you. Kilted Bill, man. We love you guys. We love you, Kilted Bill. You've been with us for a long time. We love your comments. Thank you. Mike, sing out, I'm a lumberjack and it's okay. I'm a lumberjack and it's okay, Kilted Bill. Jerry Fink. Jerry, you also, I know Jerry personally. You've been here from the very beginning also and have been our biggest fan. Where the hell have you been, Jerry? Like, I don't want to hear any lame excuses. Don't post your lame excuses on this live feed. You better call me and tell me.
Let's ask if we have any last questions because I'm freezing.
It's chilly out here. It's getting cold. Let's see. Henry Ross and my brothers in the military Marines. Hooah. I'll give you hooah, not a hoorah, because I'm not a Marine, Henry. Gary Tucker, I don't know how to answer this. Gary Tucker says, who has the second best bus and are they jealous of you? You got him on video? Let's put him on. You're on live with Bussy McBusface.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Oh, thanks.
Are you recording? What are you
Yeah,
No,
we're
it's
doing
live.
Live broadcast right now.
You just went live. So he says, what's the second best bus and are they jealous of you? I'm not going to say that. That's how rude.
The second best bus.
Honestly, there are some really great buses, and on Instagram we've been following it. Carl, he's like the fourth, maybe. No, I'm just kidding, Carl.
Mike hasn't even got to see Carl's bus
I haven't even
yet.
seen Carl's bus yet, so I can't quantify
Yeah.
Carl's bus. there are some great buses out there, and I hesitate to compare us because there are some really amazing builds out there.
Yeah.
And some of you guys have done things that are far above and beyond what we've done, and power to you guys. Like, oof,
Yeah.
some good stuff out there.
You know, we got to experience the difference in insulation between our bus and Paul and Lisa's bus. They put in like hella insulation in the ceiling and everything, and we could tell the difference between
If
us
you guys
having
aren't
insulation
spray
in our
foaming
ceiling.
Gus GPS, by the way, I know you guys did, and you guys will notice a difference. We went, our friend Paul and Lisa, if you've watched one of our previous videos of our Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and we went in their bus, and the insulation they did was outrageous, but he did like not just a little bit. He went above and beyond.
Yeah.
I think he
It was
said he
really
had,
thick insulation.
I want to
in
say
the
he had
walls.
like 6 inches in the walls.
Yeah,
and
something
they
like
spray
that.
foamed the ceiling
Oh.
and stuff like that. Like they did above and
a
beyond.
really good job. Yeah, but
way
you could tell the
above.
difference, like stepping out of our bus and then stepping into their bus, and they had like no source of heat going on in there at all. It was just what heat was retained by their insulation. You could really tell a difference. So that might be a thing if we were to build a bus all over again. We might go ahead and tear out the ceiling and do insulation.
For sure. Luckily, we have tons and tons of heat in our bus, so we're not suffering very much. Though there are some cold mornings, but the heat we have has been pretty good.
Yeah, it warms up fast.
So what you guys are seeing right now, this is Carl's bus. I haven't been over there. I don't know what the inside looks at. What do you think, Carrie?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm probably going to take the camera and go ahead and film, do a
So
little
we'll put some
quick
on.
tour.
So we'll do like a quick tour of our bus.
I'll do one for you.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, Carl. So this is Time Bandit RV Travels. So if you aren't subscribed, go over and see him. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers yet. He's new. He doesn't even edit very much yet, but I'm going to pull him aside. Me and him are going to do a little class on editing so we can get him up. But this guy's been, how long you been in doing this, Carl?
2 years.
2 years traveling.
Yeah, he's a seasoned traveler.
He's a seasoned
with
traveling.
all kinds of stories.
And he's a veteran, 75th Ranger Regiment veteran. So give him some love over there at Time Bandit RV Travels. It's time for us to sign off so Carrie doesn't die of the cold. It is actually, when the sun goes down out here in Arizona, it's actually pretty cold right now.
It gets cold in the desert when the sun isn't shining.
Yeah, it's been pretty chilly out here. So we're going to sign off right now. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's awesome having you guys. We love every one of you guys. The ones that comment, like we read all of your comments, like that's such a big deal, especially those who have been inspired by our build and inspired to do their own build. Like, wow. Like we never expected anything like this. It's really, it touches our heart. It warms our heart that you guys are taking this step in that direction because of us. Like we're so humbled by that, for real. It's such a big deal. Really, truly. Thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, really? Like we go.
They've subscribed.
Let me show you. Let me show you
right
again
now. You
the
are,
stuff I
aren't you?
went through for this live broadcast. Right? Are you looking? That's the camera right now, looking at this wiring mess that I have to clean up just to show you all this magnificentness. So, for real, I just put like a little thing on the thing right now that says you better subscribe or else. Thank you guys, Carl. Thanks for running the camera, bro. That was awesome. Thank you. We had him up here just like looking at interesting things out here and making random comments on the side. Thank you, Carl, for that. We hope you guys have subscribed. Follow us on Instagram. That's where all our up-to-date stuff is. I post pictures. I love doing photography. I love putting that stuff up there. And this opportunity to live in this bus with Carrie has given me the opportunity personally to explore photography and do some cool stuff. So if you want to see some of the photography that I do, I usually post that stuff on Instagram because I don't really know where else to post it, honestly. It shows up. If you're not into Instagram, if you're like, oh my God, I don't know how to do Instagram, we're on Facebook too. And everything I post on Instagram actually shows up on Facebook. So go over there if you're not into Instagram. We post the stuff up there and say hello. Thank you guys again, for reals. It's been awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys.
So at this point, it's time for us to sign off. And we will see you guys next time on the big YouTube. Thanks again.
See you guys next week.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.